Right.
I allowed my feelings to get overwhelmed where I never addressed the issue in the first place. I had no positive way uh, to release the the things I allowed to build up on me, you know, and then what I call that individual that come out of it, I just be real. I call them berserker man because or the F it dude. Because once you say F it, if anything goes. It's like, okay, this is what you want. This is what you want to bring out of me. So you bring them out. And how you say when people go to peace mode on stuff, and but you know you allow this person to come out when you feel like that you want to deal with the physical side of the inner turmoil that you had built up from whatever you do. You allow the individuals whom you're around to put that on you to want to release it on them now. Because sometimes it's like people take kindness for weakness. And
Right.
when you doing things and you're trying to be strong about it and you're trying to deal with it in an intellectual manner or in a proper way, some people don't relate to that because they take you as being a half-hearted or a pushover.
So you
So
by you saying that, you know, because of course you down in Texas, and we just had that high profile case, Carmelo Anthony, that took place last week, where the young man was sentenced to 35 years into Texas State Prison. Did you follow his case, or do you know somewhat about his case, because you was saying how basically people was poking a bear, and then once you just say um they kept poking at you, and then you just like forget it, this is you gonna fence to give them what they wanted. Do Have you followed his case, that before we get into
yeah, I
that?
follow this case and I looked at it as well. Collins County, they can say it's not race or anything like that, but the whole district court, the way that they prosecute in that county. If you follow the sentencing guideline of any black that went through that county, you're gonna see that it's always harsh. They're going to get extreme numbers and stuff. It's just what that county does. And it's always they say race doesn't play a part in everything. It plays a big part in everything. It was a high profile case. They downplayed it to say it wasn't that, but it was that. Skin color is always complex, especially in that part of Texas, especially in that county as it is. And I'm not condoning the violent part of anything that happened. It's a tragedy because they still young men, and both of their families went through some traumatic things with the loss of a son. And then you get a loss of a son forever. You get a loss of a son for a portion of time. He still got a time to rebuild life with his family, but yet it still was racial. No matter how you try to do it, any other man wouldn't go through the things